My name is Choy,
Yeah.
and I'm a professor at the University of Gallen and a director of the Asia Research Center.
Yeah. Okay. So the first thing is, how did you come to know about the Shen, and what do you think of our little school?
Well, I was invited here because I know your dean, and effectively I was invited here as a visiting professor. So.
Okay, terrific. And what do you think about your students here at the Shen?
Well, there are like students everywhere, and of course, many of them need to learn more English.
Do you have any stories about any positive experiences here at the Shen? Yes?
Well, I think the students are interested.
The students
We always have some very interested students. Yeah.
Terrific. What kind of opportunities do you think that the SEED program represents for the SEM students and what they can learn in a program like this?
I think it's tremendous opportunities for learning because this is a unique opportunity whereby students actually learn to be socially responsible as part of their way of life as students. And effectively, students learn something which they can never learn elsewhere. That is how to be an intercultural, transformational leader. And actually have the experience, the positive experience of achieving this leadership together with results within a very short time of 2 weeks. This is of course something that is impossible to learn elsewhere, but so far. But what they also can learn would be to be able to apply the integrated knowledge from everything they know in the project at the village, in trying to help the villagers. This is of course extremely useful. And on top of this, of course, they would learn and have the practice of being an entrepreneur in a totally new context. Entrepreneurship is obviously defined as the ability to identify opportunities and seize them. And this essentially is what the students do because they go to a totally new context, identify opportunities for the villagers, and write out and develop a business plan together with villagers in order to help them seize these opportunities and make a successful business.
Okay, terrific.
And obviously, there are also other learning. Like within 2 weeks, they are writing up a business plan which could be implemented. They learn things like develop a business plan with whatever resources that are available. So not so much how much money is required. Whatever little money there is, that's how you are going to develop something that works.
So they're not just helping somebody in a remote village in Malaysia or Indonesia, they're actually attaining skills that they're going to use as soon as they graduate.
They can use immediately, not just as soon as they graduate. Because learning to work in multicultural teams, learning to be able to work with people of other cultures, other social backgrounds is extremely important for daily life. If you want to work with people, whether you are working in a church organization or community organization, a school, or even doing social work, or even just working with your community, these are important skills. And of course, in business, that is extremely important because this kind of leadership is so impossible to learn and certainly not so common in modern world today.
Terrific. And can you just tell us the basics about this program? So, how long it lasts, how many students can go, and how they can apply?
This particular program, we are starting out at the summer school. Effectively, only have a minimum number whereby the class can start, but effectively, the maximum is sort of not very limited. I would say, I would just draw a line, to make it a simple. If we have 30 students, I think that would be fantastic. Okay, it's good enough. or if you have trainee students even, that would be very good. It's not an issue. The numbers is not so much the issue because there are too many poor people to help than helpless. Okay, but of course the only limitation could be in terms of the faculty or tutors, what they can do to help the student. Because if the numbers are too big, then the local tutors may have a problem on the spot. Okay, they can't overstretch themselves. So in the sense that, yeah, of course, a number between 20 and 30 would be pretty decent. Yeah, anything above that would be stretching the tutors a bit too much.
Okay, terrific. And in short, where will they be going? And what will they be doing?
Okay.
Just in short.
At this point in time, because we are looking at Tumpak, which is a poorest region in Malaysia, in Kelantan, instead of Kelantan, and that's where our partner university, the University of Malaysia Kelantan, is. And of course, everywhere we go, we work together with a partner university because they would have the commitment of following up on the work with the villagers.
Okay, terrific. And the students there would be essentially helping local develop the entrepreneurial skills and mindsets of the local population.
Effectively, it's not so much developing the skills, entrepreneurial skills and mindset. It's much more renewing their mind so that they will be open to new knowledge, open to new possibilities, instead of having a concept of pessimism where life is hopeless and helpless for them. They can now say that things can change for the better and they can do something about it. This is effectively a new way of looking at things for many poor people in the world who sees everything as hopeless and helpless.
Terrific. And how can this program help? One of our goals here at Zagreb isn't just creating business leaders, but helping mold them into global citizens. How can a program like this help STEM students become better global citizens?
Obviously it does, because the very nature of this program is to help people who are in need and who couldn't help themselves. And effectively, what the students do is, through this learning project, they are learning in a way that is socially responsible, making social responsibility part of their life. And they spend the 2 weeks being socially responsible, learning to empathize with others. This ability to empathize with others will help them for the rest of their lives, because they will be able to understand their subordinates and others they are helping. And if they become politicians, then people they are serving much better. Because you can't be socially responsible unless you are able to respond effectively to the needs of people, respond appropriately to the needs of people. And such ability to respond appropriately is based on your ability to empathize with them, to see things from their perspective, to wear their shoes and experience what they are experiencing.
Terrific. And what would you ask of our students that are applying for this program? What do they need to have? What skills do they need to have?
They don't need to have any skill. They will go there to learn the skills. Whatever they don't know, they will learn there. So effectively, the more skills, the more knowledge you bring along, the more you will be able to do, and the more you can learn beyond what you know. The less you know, of course, you will learn less. So if, for instance, someone say, I don't even know how to write a business plan, terrific, you are going to learn to write one in just 2 weeks.
Okay, terrific. Last question. What would you say to the STEM students that are thinking of applying to this program? A message directly to students that are thinking of applying to this program.
I think this is a program for students who want to learn, who wants to be socially responsible, and who wants to help. Because if you don't want to learn, then of course nobody can force you. If you don't want to help, this program can't help you. So you must be willing to give of yourselves to the people you are helping for the 2 weeks. in order to learn and in order to be useful.